Aloha, my friends. What's going on? Thanks for coming back to the channel. If you're new, please like and sub. I just had sweet tarts. It's hard to do. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And if you're new, you've also come into the, not the middle, but part 3 of a multi-part series that I'm doing based on teaching shooting skills from basic beginners all the way up to super advanced tactical operators. We are in part 3 right now. We did part 1 was firearm safety and how to clear your firearm, which ran very long, but it's safety. We got to set a good basis before we build all the other skills, build everything up, and safety is the most important thing when it comes to firearms. So part 1 was firearm safety, how to clear your firearms. Check that out if you haven't. Part 2 was getting to know your firearm, getting comfortable in handling it, holding it, and knowing what the controls, what the different levers and buttons do on your firearm. This is part 3, loading and unloading. So before I get into it, I will say that there's all kinds of different ways to load and unload and one-handed and all kinds of stuff once you get to the more advanced things, tactical reloads, combat reloads. I think I have one up on my channel already about tactical versus combat reloads, but what we're talking right now is building from the bottom. This is just how to get cartridges in the gun, how to shoot them, and how to get them out. So here we go. First, we're going to be using these snap caps. These are inert cartridges. They're not real. They're used for practicing like malfunction drills, function checking your firearms, and all kinds of other stuff besides actually like shooting, because they don't work. So we got our snap caps. We also have our magazine here and our firearm. This firearm is clear, nothing in the mag well, nothing in the chamber. Okay, and my safe directions are straight in front of me right here and to the left of me and toward the ground. So here we go. We have a firearm that we've taken to the range. Pretend we're here, we're at the range, we're all stoked. Okay, this is the bench, we're all ready to go, we're all excited, we're ready to shoot. All right, so we gotta load a firearm first. So what we're doing, we take our magazine. This is the follower. This guy rides on top of a spring that's housed inside of the magazine housing, and this provides tension, pushing the cartridges up and into the firearm. So this is your follower, is what the cartridges rest on, and these are feed lips. The good ones are made of steel or metal, but these keep the cartridge in the magazine. If this wasn't here, everything would be flying out. So what you do is you take your cartridge like this, and you're going to feed it rear end first, yeah, push down in the back like this and slide it in backwards under the feed lips, and you're good, just like that. With your next one, use your thumb to push down and relieve spring tension, and then you use your other cartridge to push down on the one that you put inside. Make sure that your cartridge is set all the way back into your magazine. If it's poking out like this, it's not going to load in. It's not going to load into your firearm. So make sure that they're pushed all the way back. Okay, we're going to load 2 into this guy. So the next one, I'm going to use my thumb. I'm going to push down on the follower or on the cartridge, thereby pushing down on the follower. Okay, relieve spring tension. I'm going to use the other round to push down on this one, and I'm loading the same way. Now we're going to pretend that I loaded this all up and it's full, okay, because I'm not going to do that. Anyway, here we go. Full magazine. We're going to go ahead and set it on the side. Now we're going to take our firearm, okay? We're going to make sure that our firearm is pointed in a safe direction. I'm going to say that 10,000 times because it's safety, okay? We got to be safe around firearms. Safety is number 1. So our firearm is pointed in the safe direction, downrange, okay? We're going to grab our magazine and we're going to orient it so that the rounds are facing in the same direction as the barrel. Okay, make sure that the bullet and the barrel are pointing in the same direction. You're not like this. That's not going to work, okay? So right here, I'm going to put it into the bottom of the mag well, okay? And I'm going to give it a good smack, okay? Give it a good smack. The reason why I give it a good smack is if this is full, there's a lot of tension up on that spring. And a lot of times what will happen is it'll hit the bottom of the barrel because everything is closed right now and it won't go in. So give it a good smack. You're not going to break anything or anything like that. Don't worry about it. Okay, give it a good smack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge my slide. I'm going to pull my slide back and I'm going to let it go. You don't want to let it go easily, okay, because these are things that operate under spring tension and stuff, so they got to ride. Just let them go, okay? There's 2 ways to do this. Well, there's lots of ways to do this, but I was taught 2 different ways. First is called the slingshot. The slingshot is done just like how you would grab a slingshot. You grab it like this, firearm pointing in a safe direction. I'm going to pull back, okay, and I let it go. That's one way to do it. If you have poor hand strength or there's something that doesn't allow you to do that, you can always do over the top, or also what's called like a clamshell. You're going to grab your slide like this, okay? I will say it's very important, again, that we keep our firearm pointing in a safe direction. A lot of times when people are at the range, I see this a lot. People do this, they bring this into their workspace and then they go like this. Now your firearm's not pointing, it's pointing on all the people down the line, okay? So what I suggest, facing down the range, you turn your body so that now we're able to pull like this and let it go, okay? So again, I'm letting go and the cartridge is seated in the barrel and everything's in the chamber, I'm sorry, and everything's ready to go. Don't ride it forward. So my firearm's hot, I'm ready to shoot. I'm super stoked, super excited. So here I present, okay, and I focus on my front sight, everything, and I pull the trigger, boom. So the firing pin hits the primer, ignites the powder, hot gases and all that scientific stuff. Bullet comes flying out the front. Okay, that force is going to cause my slide to reciprocate back, and the spent case is going to come flying out. See that? Now the slide's going to move forward because of the spring, and it's going to load the next cartridge. Okay, just like that. Cool, I'm ready to go. So next one, I'm going to get my target in my sights and everything, pull the trigger again. Boom, same thing happens, okay? Spent casing comes out. This time, there's no cartridges left in my magazine. Because of this, the follower, there's a little knob on the top. The follower pushes up on the inside of the slide stop lever and it locks my slide back like this. That's how I know that I'm empty, okay? Not all semi-auto firearms will do this. Most of them will. Some of them won't. So read your owner's manual is what I said before. Read and get to know your firearm. So our slide is locked back. We're gonna keep our firearm pointed in a safe direction. Push our mag release button. Put our other, God, I can't talk right now. Okay. We're gonna put our magazine down, grab a fresh one, and we're gonna pretend that this is also full, okay? So you got a fresh one, making sure everything's pointed forward, bullets, barrel, okay? Feed it up the center, or up the grip, and then give it a good whack. Sometimes when you give it a good enough whack, this is all gonna go like how it go on its own, okay, like that. If that happens, right on, good, you're in good shape. If that doesn't happen, okay, you're gonna have to do the same thing that you did before, either pulling the slide back via the clamshell or the slingshot method. Some people also use the slide stop lever. I was taught not to do this, but lots of people do, and you do what works for you. But this also works okay. All right, so we've reloaded. Now we're back on target. Okay, and our magazine is full. So we boom, boom, boom. We're shooting. All right, so what do we do when we're done shooting and we're ready to go home, but there's still one in the chamber? We haven't ran out. The slide hasn't locked back. We got to address that. It's pretty much the same. So we're going to make sure our firearm's pointed in a safe direction. Push our magazine release. Bring out our magazine. Now there's one in the chamber. So now we have to rack this physically. Okay. Pull it. Pump it a couple times. Okay. Lock your slide back. And you do that by pulling on your slide and pushing up on your slide stop lever. Okay. My slide's locked open. Now I look inside. Look in the magwell. Use your finger, magwell, this firearm's safe. All right, so at this point, you're gonna pack up, you're gonna go home. Okay, what I do, I drop my slide down, put safe direction, I pull my trigger so that I have a dead trigger. It's not under tension, it doesn't work. I have my empty magazine, I insert it into my firearm, I put it in the case, I case everything up. Some people case them up with the slide locked back, some people case them up with the magazine out. You follow whatever you do, but main thing is that we stay safe. So there you have it. You guys did loading the magazine, loading the firearm, shooting, kind of, we didn't get there yet, but how to unload, and you did a bunch of stuff. So anyway, that is loading, unloading firearm. That's it for part 3. I'll see you guys real soon for part 4. Thanks.